So we are going to be doing one more measurement video here, and this one is for measuring with cups, teaspoons, and tablespoons. So there's any number of variations on how you can teach this, but for me, I went ahead and I have my sensory bin that has a bunch of rice in it, so I'm going to be using that. If you don't have a big sensory bin, just use whatever big pot you can. So you're going to do either rice in one of these, or beans, or some kind of grain, and then another big bowl with water, and then 2 little cups, your measuring cup, a teaspoon, and a tablespoon. So the first thing you're going to do is they're going to be working with water. And this is just, there's so much endless fun that they can do with these. So what they're going to do first is they're going to measure out. It's probably good to have some paper or something underneath this, paper towels. So they're going to scoop out some of the water, and they are going to work on making 1 cup. So they're just going to pour until they get to 1 cup. And they get to the line like that, and then they can pour it in the bowl. So you can practice having them measure 1 cup, you can have them practice measuring 2 cups, and you can have them practice measuring a 1/4 cup, a 1/3, half, 2/3, 3/4, and a cup. So you can start to challenge them. Let's see, I'd like to see you try pouring in 1/3. So they're looking at that line, and they're using their smaller cup and they're out of their big pot of water to slowly measure it up to that line. And look at that, I got 1/3 cup right there. So, and now we can start doing a little bit of simple math. So we put in 1 cup of water here, and so you're going to put another 1/3 cup, what was it, 1/4 cup. So the water has 1 1/4 cups of the bowl has 1 1/4 cups of water. So you can test that now by putting your bowl over the big pot, and you can see if you measured it correctly. Look at that, I have 1 1/4 cups exactly. All right, so you could do any number of combinations. You could do, let's have you do 2 half cups in the water, and then when they pour it back over the pot, you can see that it comes up to 2 halves equals a whole. Okay, so there's a lot of different combinations that you can do with that. So another thing you can do is you can use your tablespoon, and you can see how many tablespoons it takes to make a 1/4 cup. So they're scooping their water out of their big pot. 2, 3, 4. How many more spoonfuls to get to 1/4? It's getting close. Look at that. 5 tablespoons is the same as a 1/4 cup. So if you're using a smaller spoon, teaspoons, are you going to need more or less spoonfuls to get to a 1/4 cup? So they can make their prediction, and then they can try with the teaspoons. How many teaspoons does it take to get to a 1/4 cup? All right. So working with water is great. If you have a bin, you can do just water in the bin. It would be great. If you have Orbeez, this is a good opportunity to measure Orbeez. But remember with the Orbeez, they're kind of bigger, so you're not going to be able to get a very accurate teaspoon or tablespoon if you use the Orbeez. But it would be perfect for a measuring cup like this. So hopefully you have a bin somewhere and a big pot like this for the water, and then you can go ahead and try lots of different combinations with the rainbow rice. So again, I'm going to have my empty bowl, and I may start by doing 1 cup. Have them measure out. They can use their scooper in the rice, and have them measure out 1 cup. There's a cup, and then they're going to pour it in their bowl. So that's 1 cup. Maybe you have them do 2 cups now. And a bin is great because you could even do flour, you could do beans, and it's all inside this bin, so it's mess-free. So there's 2 cups. So now that they've done 1 cup plus 2 cups, how many cups is that? 1 plus 2 is 3. So now we're going to scoop it back into our measuring cup and see if we're right. 2, there's 1, there's 1. All right, I'm going to pour it in and see if the 2 measuring, you can measure, see that? Look at that. It's going to be 3 cups that were in the bowl. So you put 1 cup plus 2 cups, 3 cups of rice in the bowl, and then you measure out and go backwards. So there's my 1 cup plus 2 cups is 3 cups. Okay, so you're using scoopers, you're using big bowls, you're using a big pot for water, you're using another bin with rice or beans, and you can experiment with your measuring cup and your teaspoon and your tablespoon. And the fun never ends with this. This is great for sensory integration, and you can do all kinds of measuring activities with that. So that's it. All right, good job.